Hello, I'm David Barlow. I'm a personal injury lawyer here in Hawaii, and today we're going to talk about the steps to take if you've been in a car accident in Hawaii. This is from a webpage. On our webpage, you just click on the free advice link, and then it's just a few down right there. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. The first step, of course, is to call the police. Obviously, this sounds obvious, but sadly, way too many people don't do this. They think it wasn't that bad of an accident, they weren't really injured. People are pressuring them to just be quick and move on and not make a big deal. But you really, no matter the accident, no matter any sort of minor fender bender, all the way up to major collisions, of course, you should always call the police. You just want that, even if it's just a third party, to come and document what happened. The worst thing would be if an insurance company doesn't even believe you that there was an accident, right? If the other driver is denying even being there or anything, obviously that's worst case scenario. But either way, by having the police come and document everything, that's going to be a big help for your case. Now in Hawaii, the police, at their discretion, I believe if it's less than 3,000 in damage, or something like that. I'm not sure their exact standard, but if it's a minor accident, they have the liberty to just do a minor accident report. That's basically just an exchange of information. They don't take statements. They don't do any investigation. It's a one-page report that they basically just give to you right there at the scene, called a minor accident report. That will be, even though it's just one page, that's really important so that everybody has each other's information. Now, if the accident was more serious, more than 3,000 in damage, again, whatever their standard is, I believe it's somewhere around there. They can do a full police report, and that one they don't give you at the scene. They give you a little card with the police report number on it, the police officer's name on it, and then they go back. They have to investigate. They don't do much investigation, honestly, for most accidents, unless there were really serious injuries. But they go back, they fill out all the report, they enter all the witnesses, they do a little diagram, they check off whose fault they think it was. So obviously that report can be really, really, really helpful. Again, it's not, especially when the report is not in our client's favor, we do argue that it's not, the judge and jury here, the police officer did not witness the accident. So what he decides can't be taken as 100% exactly what happened, because he wasn't there. He's just gathering information after the fact. But either way, hopefully the report is accurate and is helpful, and then that can be a great help for the case. So definitely always call the police. Step two, always be careful what you say after the accident. I know it's hard to do this on the spot. Even me as an injury lawyer, if I get in an accident, I'll probably, say the wrong thing or whatever, because you just it interrupted your day, right? You were doing something and all of a sudden it derails what you're doing and your train of thought, and so you get out of your car. But always remember, just be careful what you say. If it's not your fault, obviously don't be apologizing. It is hard because you want to be a nice person, because when you're not nice, that's when people get mad and they want to sue and all that. So you want to be nice, but be careful apologizing in any way, because that is often construed as accepting liability. So especially if it's not your fault, you do not want to apologize. Hopefully, it was the other person's fault and they're going to be the one apologizing. Most accidents are rear-end accidents, so it's pretty obvious, right? So they almost always apologize. Sometimes they don't, and then our clients call even more upset, saying the person didn't even get out of the car; they just sat there, waited for the police. Either way, always be careful what you say. So for you, as the person that got injured, so we assume you got injured. Be careful what you say about your injuries. When they're like, is everyone okay? You don't say, oh, I'm great. I'm totally fine. No worries. No worries. Obviously, that's not, if you are injured, you don't want to say that. Even if you may be injured, you got to be careful, because a lot of injuries, a lot of muscle injuries like the whiplash, back injuries, those don't show up for a day or two. All right, so you're not even really, let's say, qualified to even say right after the accident that you're not injured, because you very well may be injured. So be careful to get out and say you're fine and no problem, it's cool, because that is going to be, or will be a record of that later when the other driver gives their statement. They will say, oh no, they said they're totally fine, they were jumping around and everything was fine. So so again, you just want to be really careful what you say. Step 3 is, if you're injured, take an ambulance to the ER. Yeah, ambulances, we always think they're super duper expensive, and yeah, they are not cheap. They're about, and they keep raising the price, but they're about $1,200-$1,300 now. They're not cheap, but if you are in a car that it has insurance, then in Hawaii you have $10,000 in medical benefits. They have this for a reason, under your own insurance, so that I know I have insurance, I'm going to use the ambulance.